Welcome to the Angler Talk Podcast with Chris and Aaron. Brought to you by FishingMagicianTV.com.
What is up, everybody? It is Chris and Aaron back again with another week episode of Angler Talk. How we doing, brother?
Good, buddy. Good, man. Looking forward to this episode, like every episode. Giving the listeners something to listen to and giving the watchers something to watch, man.
Absolutely, man. So before we get into today's interview with Leon Checinski, the president of the Atlantic City Saltwater Anglers, which I am a proud member of, let's talk about some fishing reports. How's it going down in Florida?
Yeah, so Florida's been good. Even like our last report or last podcast we did, how the captain said it was windy and it's off and on. Still, we get 20, 30 mile an hour gust out of nowhere, and the river's been choppy, but you find them days where it's flat. You get a couple hours in the morning, and then it's blowing again. But them couple hours have been productive, man. I was able to catch close to a almost 25-pound snook on top water the other day.
Nice.
Again, one of these little like flat coves I went into, and first cast, dude, flipping one of the Hayden, top water kind of walk the dog popping plugs, and he destroyed it. I didn't even get a second to like tighten my line to figure out what was going on before he just inhaled it. But other than saltwater, because that was basically it. The wind picks up, dude, and it shuts the river off. I've been fishing headwaters. It's a real big reserve, real big lake here in the state of Florida, and it's all freshwater. We've been doing really good, man. There's some large double-digit bass coming out of that lake lately, dude. Not only on live shiners, like guys fish it with live shiners. I fish it with like the white flukes and rattle traps, chatterbaits, buzz baits, finesse kind of fishing sometimes, or even like bottom jigging. And the biggest I pulled out of there so far was close to 8 pounds, man. So there's some fish to be caught in Florida right now for sure.
Well, I know before we started recording, you were showing me this chatterbait you got over there. That thing looks kind of crazy with that lip. You want to show the people what you're working with now?
Yeah. So I did one of these secret shops when the lady wasn't looking at Ollie's. We got an Ollie's. New Jersey's got an Ollie's. Florida, I just found one, and they're like, it's all the name brand stuff you get everywhere else, but with a little bit of a discount. So I picked up one of the Berkeley Havoc. It's almost like a creature bait, if you guys can see that there. It's a creature bait. And then I have it running on, it's actually made by Jimmy Houston. It's the Legends, and it's called the Scrunger, if I'm pronouncing that right. But it's got a long plastic bill on it. And
Jesus.
The bill, it's like plexi, dude.
I think it's humongous.
It's got a skirt, almost like a jig, nice up top hook. And then I run the creature on that as a trailer. And it basically shakes as like a chatterbait would. And Chris, the blue and black chatterbaits, man, I can speak for the chatterbaits, the real ones with the metal lips. They're freaking murdering large bass in headwaters and stick marks right now. But I figured, what the hell? If this thing's on sale, we might as well pick it up, see what happens, right?
Yeah, well, you guys in Florida, you guys are practically spring, summer, maybe fall all year long. Right. So I know those fish have been bedded by now and already went through the spawn. Up here, I know our freshwater community is waiting. It's still kind of cold. Today it hit 70 in my area, but I took a ride down to the beach area just to do some scouting. Yeah. And temperature dropped to about 63, 62 degrees. But the striped bass, man, they're running, and I know for people who love striped bass like you do, right now the time is now. The big migration hasn't really fully commenced yet, but there's a lot of schoolie stripers being caught. Bloodworms is always going to be the ticket early spring. Of course, for those guys who love eels like I do, eels is something that I would fish 300 days a year for striped bass. There's a lot of stores that have eels in them right now. And of course, swim shads. These right here, these NLBNs, we've talked about this on the last episode, or on the episode before that. These things work phenomenal. This is a Florida-based company which starting to make their way up here in Jersey. And let me tell you something. You can pick these up at the tackle box on Route 36. Talk to Phil. Tell him that the Magician sent you. And these things work great, and especially if you pair it with this finessence, this, as soon as you soak this in this, it will soak in there. And through time, while it's sitting in the water, it will release the scent. And this is just a murderer. You know what I'm saying? It's a striped bass candy right here. You know,
and I will tell you guys too, something that it took me a long time to figure out. I did a bunch of fishing growing up behind Brigantine, Sea City, Avalon, all that like back tidal water and kind of like little reserves back in there. And it's all marsh with like sod banks that have collapsed and have made like an underwater cliff, right? These bass stage up. All of like the residential bass I found over the years would stage up in these little areas back in there and top water, dude. I'm not even talking about first light. You can throw top water all day long in them back areas, dude, and murder the friggin' residential striped bass right now. So if you're not a bait guy, you got access to a little canoe or a kayak. I mean, get out there and fish some of these sod banks, man, and you'd be surprised with the top water what'll come up and hit them.
You spoke on a kayak, man, and I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I think a kayak is something that sometime in the near future I'm going to be investing in because, just to get into back of these creeks, fresh or salt water, I mean,
yeah,
I don't think there's anything better. It's quiet. You can skate through really, really shallow areas, places you can't get to on foot. I mean, a kayak for a fisherman, I believe, is a very good investment. So,
it is. They're pricey, Chris. I mean, it's definitely an investment, like you said, dude. So, yeah, I lean more towards gasoline. So before I bought the kayak, which I had plenty of little, shit and scoot kayaks over the years, but I went for a wave runner, dude. I bought myself one of these used Yamaha 3-seaters off of one of these wave runner rental places. So middle of the winter, they're closing down. They're getting rid of their fleet. I bought this thing for half price. And when I tell you it was like riding a 4-wheeler or a Harley on the friggin' water, dude, like I could get back into zero water, dude. I mean, they're not quiet, but I can get back into zero friggin' water on this thing. And if I had maybe a 2-foot pond, I could zip out on plane and be out in the deeper water and nothing. So
that's ridiculous.
Just to think about it, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm getting pumped up for this season, man. Unfortunately, I had to leave the beautiful state of Florida. Had some personal things that had to be taken care of up here, and I'm just waiting for that warm weather, man. I got that itch. I feel like Pookie in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I need that tug, But definitely, man. I just can't wait to bend the rod, dude. I really can't. And hopefully, if all goes planned as it is, I mean, gonna bring a lot of fishing videos to this channel, and we're gonna keep them separate from the podcast, but planning on doing a lot of fishing trips in and out of state, and see what happens, man.
Oh yeah,
I just can't wait.
Oh yeah, I just a little sneak peek, guys. I got a trip planned already for June 28th for the canal. So I'm gonna head up and I'm gonna spend 2 friggin' weeks in Cape Cod on the canal. I'm gonna try and dedicate myself to making the most amazing content possible. Hopefully Chris joins me, man, and we hook him with these friggin' pigs, man. So
hell yeah, I'm in there like swimwear, bro. I'm going. Man.
Yeah, we're gonna try and make something happen here shortly, guys. So just stay tuned for sure.
Yeah. So here we go, guys. We're gonna show you guys this interview with Leon Checinski. Once again, he is the president of the Atlantic City Saltwater Anglers Fishing Club in Southern New Jersey. Hope you guys enjoy. But before we get into that, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, smash that like button. It helps other fishermen find us and spread the word about Angler Talk. We appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Hey, what is going on? Here we are with Leon Checinski, the president of the Atlantic City Saltwater Anglers. Did I say your name right, bud?
Yeah, you did, man. Very good. Very good. A lot of people struggle with that one.
Yeah, I had to reach into my European roots there and sound that out for everybody. So how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. Thank you. Hope you guys are doing well.
I can't complain. We're still battling the New Jersey up and down weather, but you're in Jersey too. You know how it is.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm waiting for it to warm up already.
Yeah, no, I know you guys are struggling with that right now, man. We have a constant wind that's been plaguing us for it feels like over a month now, man. So it's like we get a couple hours of like real flat river or real flat lake, and then it blows 30-mile-an-hour gusts, and it just craps everything up. So You know, we're not struggling with the cold, but we're struggling with the wind for sure.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
All right. So this week, what we're trying to do is just inform people of some fishing clubs that are in our areas. I am a member of Atlantic City Saltwater Anglers, a proud member of it as well. It's a great club. But I thought who better than to bring on the show to talk about it than the founder of it. And what gave you the idea, and what made you want to make your own club?
Well, I was a member of a couple other clubs in the past. Some things about those clubs were good. There was other things that I wasn't real happy about. And I always felt, if I had a chance, I was going to try starting my own club. And I did. We're in our 5th year now. All the naysayers are silent now, and the club's doing great. We're up to almost 140 members now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's in about 4.5 years. So, we're on a good path. And, I'm proud of where we've come.
Absolutely, man. And as a member, I personally have seen all the work that you put in to making the club better when it comes to either getting bait shops to help us out with bait or whatever. Plenty of vendors that we have as sponsors. And the work that you do is endless. And just so you know, it is not unappreciated. We appreciate it very, very much so.
Thank you, man. It's good to hear. It is a lot of work. It's a labor of love. Like I said, my plan from day one was to build a club that was going to be here long after I'm gone. And that's still what I'm shooting for. So, it's definitely a labor of love.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear, man. I mean, so what does the club have? What does the club have going on right now, Leon? And if anything, and if what is it maybe done in the near past, or just got over being done? I mean, I know we're breaking into the striper season into New Jersey. I know we're still with a lot of residential fish, but do we have anything to look forward to from the club?
Yeah, this year, our 5th year is going to be a good one. We've got a lot going on. We, as a club, we do year-round tournaments. They're in-house, but we also fish in some other tournaments as well. We're going to be fishing in a couple of ASAC tournaments this year. So we've always got a couple of tournaments that are, outside the club as well.
Yeah.
We run, for our club, we're year-round. We run a perch tournament in the winter. Then we go into what we call our summer-long tournament. That lasts all summer. We go right into our fall tournament, and we just keep it going year-round. It's a lot of fun for the guys, bragging rights. You can win a couple of bucks, win a trophy. So it's a lot of fun. The guys love it.
Sounds it. So are the some of the tournaments that you're doing outside of the club, are they the tournaments where like the participants could potentially catch like a line record fish, or something on them lines? Is that am I thinking about the same organization, or?
I mean, I guess anytime you've got a line in the water, there's a potential,
Right, for sure.
But I mean, these tournaments that we're going to be in are surf tournaments. I think we'll do pretty well. We've done pretty well in the past. So I'm looking forward to another good showing. But our club is very mixed. We're not by any means just surf guys. We have a little bit of everything. We have boat owners, we have surf fishermen, we have kayak guys, pier guys, even party boat guys, you name it, we have it all in the club. And that's what I like too. We're diverse. We're not just like a lot of clubs are just boat guys or just surf guys. And I like the fact that we have a little bit of everything. It keeps it a lot more interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. So for instance, if a person who just moved into our area or your area, for instance, like I live in North Jersey, the club is in South Jersey, but that shows you how much I like this club, where I'm willing to take a 2-hour drive.
Thank you.
So somebody moves into the Atlantic City or Ocean County area and says, "Hey, I'm looking for people to fish with." We're open to the most novice fishermen and the most hardcore guys.
That's right. Yes.
Is that something? What would you explain to them about what it is that they can benefit by becoming a member.
Well, definitely. I mean, if someone is new to fishing or, you know, has very limited experience, I think we're a great club for them because we do take the time to teach, to get people to the point where they can go out on their own and, you know, be successful. The other great thing about the club is, you know, you'll always find someone to fish with. You know, but yeah, I mean, that's part of what I love about the club, that we do help beginners. We do help people get started. You know, we have guys that join that, you know, been freshwater guys all their lives. And, you know, now they live down the shore and they want to learn. And it's great. We definitely take our time. I pride myself on that. We take our time to show them the ropes. And, you know, there's a couple of guys now that were beginners and they're out there on their own. They can fish whenever they want, you know, and they don't have to rely on anyone anymore. So,
that's an awesome thing about this club. I remember when I joined, you know, being a North Jersey guy, I hadn't really fished South Jersey much. And I went to the Facebook group and I made a post like, hey, I want to come down to this area and, you know, maybe figure out what's a good spot or whatnot. And like 30 guys just jumped up in the comments, man. Like, hey, you want to come fish with me? Let me know when to. And, you know what I'm saying? That was great. And it just shows the character of everybody inside the club, you know what I'm saying? Which it's a lot of guys are very like, no, get away from my spot. I don't want to show you nothing. But these guys they're not like that at all. And that's what I like about this club so much.
And it's great because nobody expects anyone, you know, to give up a spot that they don't want to give up. But like you said, you'll find our guys are more than happy to share. And, you know, and it's great. We really do have a great bunch of guys and gals.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds it, but I mean, to be able to have a club where you can meet new people and doing what you love doing and not have it where it's like, you know, a bunch of older gentlemen kind of shut out and stuck on one thing. I mean, that's pretty epic. I'm looking forward to becoming a member, to be honest with you, Leon.
Oh, anytime. You're always welcome.
That's awesome, buddy. So outside of, you know, fishing, I know it doesn't get much outside of fishing, but outside of fishing, does the club partake in any kind of cleanups, any kind of like, you know, nonprofit, anything you want to let the people know about? Or
yeah, absolutely. We do most of the things we do are in Atlantic City as far as cleanups. You know, we've done a bunch of beach cleanups now in AC. We have done crab trap giveaways for kids. We have a rod and reel giveaway coming up this spring for kids. You know, we always do a toy drive at Christmas that goes to, you know, kids in AC. Yeah, we've done, you know, clothing drives. Everything we do is for the most part to benefit Atlantic City. So yeah, we've got a lot of that going on. We've even collected food for the Coast Guard in Atlantic City when they needed it. So yeah, we try to be a part of the community in a beneficial way.
yeah, and that's awesome, man. I mean, not just take, but to give. You know, it's commendable for sure. Leon, so I know all the listeners are dying to know, man, what's going on in your area right now with the striped bass. Dude, I wish I was there. I wish I could partake in it myself, man. So please let the listeners know. I mean, have you found them yet?
Oh man, right now I got to tell you, they're everywhere. They're in the back, they're in the bay at night. You know, you do well off the piers around the bridges at nighttime. They're in the back, and you know how that goes. That's a daytime bite for sure. They don't mind at all that it's daylight. And, and there's just plenty of them to be caught right now. As far as keepers, there's a couple getting caught. I would say the majority of them are in the maybe 20 to 27 inch range right now. But you know, it's a lot of fun whether you're whether you're the type of guy that keeps them or never keeps them. You know, that's a personal choice. You know, I let 99% of my fish go, but they're everywhere to be caught right now. So that's a great thing. It's good to see.
Oh yeah, the stripper bite. Well, we were talking about that a little earlier. The stripper bite is definitely starting to heat up. I mean, not the not the big migration, but the residential fish they're getting hungry, you know? And,
Yeah, without a doubt. And there's
Yes.
plenty of white perch to be caught too. So right now it's the stripers and the white perch keeping everybody busy. And the bloodworms is, bait of choice right now. At night, I think it's a good time to get into some lures. But right now, bloodworms are killing.
Yeah. And speaking of bloodworms, man, I actually priced out a dozen of bloodworms the other day, and they're at $20, man. I mean,
Are you kidding me right now?
No, I am not.
20
Oh
bucks
yeah, I
for a
didn't tell you
dozen
about
jumbo.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting really pricey, man.
Oh, I can't believe that, Leon. Man, these things were, if I remember correctly, they were $14 last time I bought a dozen.
Yeah, I kind of remember that as well.
Right?
Yeah, now they're $20 for a dozen jumbos. You get the smaller ones a little less.
Yeah.
Our club members are they'll get a great break because we've got some bait and tackle shops that work closely with us and provide our members with really nice discounts. So we're doing a lot better than 20.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but they're still expensive, no doubt.
I'm actually glad that you brought that up about the tackle shops that work with the club. I know we have some manufacturers that also work with the club. For instance, I know Tony Maja just came on board.
Yeah,
as a
happy about that. Yeah,
as a club sponsor, and for somebody like Tony to say yes, I want to get involved, that just it tells people that you're doing something right.
I appreciate hearing that, man. I really do.
You know what I'm saying? I know Tony a long time, and he's a very good dude, and makes probably the best bunker spoon on the planet.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Yeah. Great products, man. Great products.
So what about some other sponsors you got there? I know we got Rainy Rigs. We got quite a few.
Oh yeah. We've got a bunch these days. Go through the whole list off the top of my head would probably take a while, but some of the more well-known sponsors that people would know are like S&S Bucktails. Like you said, Tony Maja, and we're working with Aluminum Fishing Products, Offshore Eddie. We've got some great people working with us, and I'm really, really proud of that.
Well, that just shows you the work that you put in, that's behind the scenes, that a lot of people don't see. All the driving to meet with these people, or on the phone or emails or whatnot. And for you, we got, I would say, from what I know, at least over 30 sponsors in the club, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's probably fairly accurate, or at least getting close to 30. Yeah.
Yeah, and guys, as a member, I mean, your dues are pretty much, it's $45 a year, which what I'm saying,
It's
what you're getting in return.
The way I set it up, and I was, I did it on purpose because one of the things I did not like about belonging to the couple of clubs that I have belonged to that will remain nameless, it seemed like whenever they needed to do any kind of fundraising, they were basically doing it on the club members, and I always found that to be a little odd,
Mm-hmm.
So I try to do that outside of the club, and I wanted to make our members get the biggest bang for their buck. So as a $45 a year membership, you're absolutely making money on using our discounts.
Absolutely.
I had one of the guys tell me they went into Tight Lines, and they made a pretty big purchase, no doubt. But he said to me, I think I saved my dues for the next 5 years. So you can't complain if you use those discounts. It's costing you nothing to be a club member.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And hey, a big shout out to Chris over at Tight Lines Bait and Tackle. He keeps us well stocked, and a beautiful store with a lot of products in it. So if you're in the Summers Point area, definitely check them out. It's a great shop.
Definitely.
Yeah, Leon, back when I lived in the area, I came this close to running that shop as one of my first apartments, dude. And that, I mean, think about where the world would be today, dude. If I would have been in that apartment and Tight.
Yeah.
I'm joking. But that's how close and that's how long ago it's been since I've been in Summers Point. But Leon, listen, it literally sounds like everything you do is not to benefit yourself, but to benefit the club as a whole, man. So I can only get behind that, man. You know, there doesn't seem like there's any kind of, you know, backdoor deals going on to where it would benefit you more than the members. It seems like you're wholeheartedly about the club, man. And again, I can't stress enough. I can't wait to become a member.
Well,
Thank you. Yeah, you know, this is not in any way. This is not a business. This is just a fishing club, and I go out of my way for the members to really have a great experience, and that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, that's awesome.
From personal experience of me actually witnessing things and knowing what it takes to run a club. Because before I joined the Atlantic City Saltwater Anglers, I was and am still a member of the Highmar Striper Club. So I know what it takes, and I know everything that he's doing that it takes to get to the level where this club is at. And the potential is, it's sky's the limit. No, the moon, there's footprints on the moon, and I see this club being one of the top clubs in not only the state, but probably the country in years to come.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate hearing that.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I think it's a great thing that we do for the community. I know the cleanups and stuff like that. And so much more to come.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You know, we've reached a point in a short period of time where I think the club is very well known. I have plenty of guys reaching out to me that want to be members, and even some of our sponsors lately, which is really great, have actually reached out to me instead of the other way around, which, you know, kind of blew my mind. I was really happy about that.
It always makes it feels better, man, when they reach out to you and you're not searching for them, dude.
Right.
You know, it kind of it hits home a lot better for sure.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. So, what do we see? What are we looking forward to this summer? Me personally, I'm looking forward to the summer barbecue. I love getting together with all the guys. It's always a great time.
Our barbecues are awesome. It's always a fun time. You know, like I said, we have our in-house tournaments. We got a fluke tournament coming up this year that is strictly a boat tournament. You know, we have another kayak tournament, kayak guys. We are going to fish in a couple of ASAC tournaments. You know, that's the Association of Surf Angling Clubs. They sort of are an umbrella of under or above all these different surf fishing clubs. And even though we are not strictly a surf fishing club by any means, it gives our surf guys more to get involved, you know?
Yeah.
More happy is to have a good time. And if guys in the club aren't surf fishermen at all and they want to come out and fish a tournament, anyone in the club's welcome. You know, I don't sit there and try to hand pick our big guns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome, man. That's what it's all about.
That's awesome, man. Listen, Chris, you know what? Something I'm going to try to donate to you guys. And if Leon's okay with this, once I become a member, I look forward to collecting all the old school surf pins, dude. I don't know if you remember these from the club, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to try my best once I become a member, man, if you're okay with it, to kind of implicate these pins, because, I mean, that would be something that, like, I'm telling you, Chris, I looked everywhere for these, dude. They were like gold, because, you know, from probably the 40s or, you know, mid 40s to, you know, I don't know, early 80s, they were a thing, and then they died off, and, you know, you got your 20-pounder, 30-pounder pin, 40-pounder pin, you know, 50 pin, and you know, you could see a guy from a mile away that he knew what he was doing from the brim of his hat, dude. So, you know, if you'd be into it, we'll talk in the near future, man. I'll try and donate a couple thousand pins or something, dude. And, you know, we'll get them implicated.
Great, man. That would be very much appreciated.
Of course, hell yeah.
So my last question, club wise, is where do you see the club in the next 5 years, maybe 10 years?
Well, you know, things are getting better every year. You know, I'm still learning a lot myself. But things are getting better every year. I'm learning more. I'm learning more ways to keep the club active throughout the year. You know, and I right now, in all honesty, I see this club in 5 or 10 years down the road as just a premier club. I really do. I see us as being one of the premier clubs in the state, and that's really what I'm shooting for. It's not an ego thing. It's just I love the whole thing.
It's pride.
You know me. I love the club, and I'm very much in building a club that's going to be around for a long time to come. That's what it's all about. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. And from what I hear, dude, it's going to be. And I can't stress enough. I wish I would have found you while I was still in New Jersey, man, because it just to be a part of something like you've built is just great. I mean, there was so many nights where I was looking for buddies to go out and fish, and everybody was just into their own crap to where I had nobody to go out and fish with. Or you got the boat fully rigged and ready to go, and you got nobody to help out on gas. But if you're a member of the club, it doesn't look like you reach far and you got somebody willing to hang out and run with you. So.
Absolutely. You just, pop it up on our private club page, that you're going out, who wants to go, and you'll almost always get one or two people to jump on with you.
Oh, one or two. He's being modest. You'll get like 50 comments. Like that.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. Where can people find you? A website, maybe Facebook or something like that?
Yeah, we do have a website. Unfortunately, that is definitely under construction. I built that website myself, and I admit I'm not the greatest, but I did it myself. And right now I'm in the process of, trying to really fix it up and make it look great. So it's probably the wrong time to go to it. But, we have a public Facebook page. I also have, we're also on Instagram and Twitter. So to actually contact me, Facebook is probably the best way.
I will put links in the description below, so that way you guys can get a hold of Leon Checinski, ask him any questions. He's like an open book. He will answer anything you need.
Yeah. And I did do a quick search, but before you got on here, and you're definitely easy to find. All the information you guys would need is actually on that Facebook page. He's got drop down links to all his information, the phone number, the club info. I'm sure you could even become a member right there off that page, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
So,
you just got to reach out to me and I'll get it set up.
Perfect. So everything's there, guys. Definitely look them up.
Well, Leon, thank you for your time, brother. We really appreciate you coming on, and
thank you.
All the best for our club.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Of course, buddy. It's been awesome. My pleasure.
Tight lines.
Take care.
Oh, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that interview with Leon Checinski from the Atlantic City Saltwater Anglers. A good guy, man. Does a lot of work for the club.
Yeah. It sounds like the community, too, in Atlantic City, dude. Atlantic City needs all the help it can get all the time. It's not like something you show up one week and then, you're not there for it. It's a city that needs, the support of clubs like that, man. And it sounds like he's there for it, dude. I can't wait to become more of a part than, you and myself have already been. I can't wait to get hands on with Leon. I really
yeah. The dude's great. The people in the club are great, but a lot of people, like, when they hear Atlantic City, the first thing that comes to their mind is, the casinos and the nightlife and stuff like that. But let me tell you something. When it comes to fishing, man, Atlantic City is kind of like a needle in a haystack. There's some really good fishing out there. The tog fishing is great. Striper fishing is really good. Kingfish, the weak fish. It's a really good area to fish for sure. And, even if you don't have a boat, the surf fishing down there that's one of the few places I surf fish. And it's a great spot. I can't complain about it.
No, of course. It's my backyard. It was my backyard, man. I grew up fishing Atlantic City, Brigantine, Ventnor. That entire stretch of beach, dude. And growing up, you might get lucky to have a friend with a boat, but, you don't have one yourself. So, just like Chris said, guys, there's tons of inlets, there's tons of back sloughs, tons of beach line that you can go pitch. And some of the biggest stripers I've ever caught were off the beach there in Brigantine and Atlantic City. Melrose Avenue, dude, forget about it. Tog fishing, forget about it. You get older, you're able to get friends with boats or have a boat. You run offshore, not even 10 miles. You're on top of structure where you catch 10-pound tog without even shaking a stick.
Oh, absolutely. There's a spot that pretty much everybody's heard of it, so don't be in the comments section saying spot burn. But the T-Jetty, man. The T-Jetty in Atlantic City, there is a very good population of fish over there. There's something over there that obviously the fish keep coming back, whether it be bait, structure, whatever it is. I know the last year or the year before that, they sand replenished one side of the T jetty completely. I'm not really sure how that looks like right now, but the T jetty is still a very good spot to go fishing for sure.
Oh yeah, no, you guys can't beat it over there, dude. And definitely, between Leon and the club helping you guys out, you got plenty of good bait shops that are right there. You got One Stop. I mean, he's more than happy to put you guys on the friggin' hot spot. More than happy to put you on the fish too. So, just check in with your local guys, dude, and they'll put you where the fish are, dude. I mean, there's plenty of structure, plenty of opportunity out there in Atlantic City.
Yeah, man. Since you mentioned it, man, I got to give a big shout out to Noel over at One Stop Bait and Tackle. His videos crack me up every day, but he keeps you up to date with, what's going on, what's in the area, what they're biting on. And he's got a small shop, but let me tell you something. That small shop is packed with absolutely everything you need.
Oh, yeah.
And as Noel would say, AC is banging.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The news, how's he say it? The new sense of views. I mean, every morning that man is out there catching the sunset, catching vibes, man, and just telling you guys what the wind, tide, fishing report is for the day. And you can't beat it. I mean, I used to literally rely on that because I had a half an hour ride from Atlantic City, maybe 20 minutes. So I would look and see if he's made his post yet. So I get a kind of like, what am I facing when I get down there kind of view. So
he's always stocked up with bloodworms, sandworms, minnows, eels, everything you need. That man's got it.
Oh yeah, soft plastics, rods, reels. I mean, and the information to get on the fish, dude, for sure.
Absolutely, man. And if you want to go a little bit further, as we talked about with Leon, down in Summers Point, you got Tight Lines Bait and Tackle. Chris has got a shop that is filled to the gills with absolutely great products, and
he's right there. Right there in Summers Point too. Tight Lines got 2 shops, man. And I tell you what, when I was in that area, I'd bounce between the 3 shops. If one shop didn't have green crab, the other one did. Someone had live, clam. The other one had frozen, something like that. You literally have them in a trifecta where you can, on the way down to the shore, make one of them happen.
Absolutely. So hey, man, we're running out of time, and I hope the people like this episode. If you did, please give a thumbs up. Just hit the subscribe button with the bell notification. It helps us out, lets other fishermen help find us. So I hope you guys enjoy. And Tight Lines, everybody. He's Aaron. I'm Chris, and we're out.